Rev up your engines!
Elite skills. Should I keep my oil burning 2010 XB 188,000 miles or get rid of it? Well, if it's in good shape otherwise, oil is cheap. As they age, modern engines will often burn some oil. If you're burning, say, a quart of oil every 1,000 miles or 800 miles, oil's cheap. Just keep buying oil. The spark plugs eventually will foul out. But on that vehicle, changing the spark plugs is an absolute nothing job. It's so easy to do. I'd keep it if it's still running okay. I got customers of those things that they started burning oil, and 4 or 5 years later, they're still driving them and just add oil as they need. Don't let it get more than a quart and a half low while you're driving it, so carry some spares in the trunk, but not really a reason to get rid of it. Cow Moo says, my 2007 Chevy Colorado has some milky substance on the oil cap. Can it be the head gasket? It only has 126,500 miles. Well, it depends on how you drive and where you drive. If you don't drive your vehicle much, you do like my wife used to when she used to teach. She drove a couple miles back and forth to school, so it doesn't give the engine time to warm up and blow everything out. Byproduct of burning gasoline in Earth's atmosphere is water vapor. And you can get some water vapor in there, and it'll make the top of the oil cap milky. And that can happen if you don't drive it enough. But if you drive it normally, it generally means the head gasket's starting to blow. And I have a very good video for that called How to Tell If Your Head Gasket is Blown. Watch it. You can go to Amazon. You can buy one of those head gasket leak testing kits for like $29 when they're on sale. They work perfectly fine. And they'll tell you if it's starting to blow or not. Chavez says, is a vehicle that's repaired after frame damage reliable? It really depends. Some guys are really good at frame repair. Some guys are crappy. How bad was the frame damaged? That's what you have to do. You have to understand. How far did they go? What did they actually repair? Realize that modern cars have what's called unibody construction. So there's no actual frame. The car and the body are all unibody. That's why it's called unibody construction. So if stuff's bent here and there and they can bend it back and fix it, fine. But if the whole main part and the bottom's twisted and stuff, and then you have to understand too, what about the rest of the vehicle? Was it crushed in 4 or 5 feet? And if so, I'd never fix it. Keith Barry says, why does Toyota's exhaust manifold face the radiator? If you think about it, really, it doesn't matter because you're driving and the engine is sucking air through the radiator first, then it goes to the engine. The air's traveling in that direction, so you really don't care. And if you're stopped and it gets hot, your cooling fans are sucking it through and blowing air on the engine right there. So it really doesn't hurt anything. You know, it's just kind of an engineering thing. It really isn't going to hurt anything that way because the air is always flowing that way. Unless you drive backwards all the time. If you're driving backwards all the time, yes, it would be a bad design. But, you're not driving 40, 50, 60 miles an hour going in reverse. So it doesn't really matter. Nexter says, Scotty, should I keep or sell my 06 Volvo S6 all-wheel drive 2.5 to get a Toyota Honda? I just want it till it dies. It has 191,000 miles. You know, if I were you, I would just drive it till it dies. Those are fun cars to drive, but they're Volvos, and they're endless money pits as they age, but yours seems to be treating you okay. Drive it, because you're going to get nothing for it with that mileage. You can get absolutely nothing, and, Volvo now got bought by the Chinese, and they claim they're only going to be making electric and hybrid cars. So, if it runs, drive it. And then get a Toyota when it finally craps out. You never know. Maybe it'll last a few years. Who knows? Michael Earl says, what do you think of a Mazda Miata 94? They're pretty good cars, They're going to be fun to drive around. I just had a guy do my brakes. Now my e-brake won't work, and it worked before. Messed up the rear brakes when he did the job. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's a lot of guys out there that don't know what they're doing that call themselves, in quotes, mechanics. A lot of modern cars, the emergency brake system is part of the caliper. And so when you pull on your emergency brake, it actually twists the caliper piston to squeeze the brakes. It's a cheaper way of making them. Like you take a Toyota, most of those, they'll have disc brakes in the back, but then they have drum brakes on the inside that are just for the emergency brake. Better system, but of course it costs more to make. On those Mazdas, what you have to do, there's a special tool, and you have to turn piston and the caliper in while it's pressed in. The tools really don't cost that much. I got one from Harbor Freight. I think it cost me $35. And it works great. It's solid steel. You fit it in the hole, and when you turn the ratchet on it, it both squeezes it in and turns it at the same time, so it turns into the screw. It's all the guy needed. He screwed up. Stay away from him, that's for sure. But they can be pretty good cars,
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.